Shalom Yesharallah. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the Akim that's preached the word in all truth and sincerity, along with the Israelite foreigner brothers that are like the heathens, but the line of fell side goes back to the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is a brother you call a mouth by a lesson, and today's lesson will be entitled, Rather Rejoice That Your Names Are Written in Heaven. I was going to go on some precepts, and Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shimon Shai, you know. And I'm going to start with the book of Luke chapter 10 and verse 17. And it reads the happy results, you know. It says, in the 70 return, again with joy. Now the 70, were the 70 disciples. As you read in verse 1, the 70 sent out. It says, after those things, the Lord appointed other 70 also, which were the 70 disciples, and sent them two and two before his face into every city. So, Lord Yahweh Shai, he divided amongst the 70, to go two by two into every city and place whether he himself would come. Right. So, these 70 were the 70 disciples, and we go down back to Luke 10 and 17. It says, and the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils, which are the demons, are subject unto us through thy name. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Right, which, this is not talking about the actual, spiritual demon Satan, which is an angel on the left hand side. This is talking about Satan is talking about the so-called white man, because Satan is from the Hebrew word Shaitan, which means adversary. So this is Yahweh Shai speaking in the parable. I beheld Satan, which is a so-called white man, as lightning fall from heaven, so falling down from his rulership. Yahweh Shai seen so-called white man, the Edomites, falling down from their kingdom, falling down from their rulership, man. Because heaven means rulership. You see, it says, verse 19, says, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents, which serpents will be the so-called white men, the Edomites, and scorpions. Scorpions will be 2/3 of Jake, because when you read Ezekiel 2, second chapter, the Lord has likened the wicked of our people, the 2/3 of Israel, as scorpions. It says, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Why? Because the Lord will have that hedge of protection upon his elect. So, that power is coming very soon. The power was being displayed back then, but that power is going to come back very soon, man, in the earth. When the Lord grants his elect with spiritual power, man, to start doing miracles. You see? It says, verse 20 says, notwithstanding in this rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. Right, because, that's a great thing that the spirits are subject unto you, the demons and stuff. They respect you and stuff. But Yahweh Shah says, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven, man. So, so rejoice. What he was saying, rejoice because your names are written in heaven in the book of life, man. Because once your name is written in the book of life, for righteousness' sake, your name is not going to be blotted out. And that's what we all want in this faith, man. And we read Revelation 3 and 5, it says, he that overcometh, the same, which Lord willing, the ones that's going to overcome are going to be the elect men of Israel, the 144,000, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and we know white represents purity, so it says, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. Yeah, so that's what we want, man. We don't want our names, Lord willing, the party elect, we don't want our names to be blotted out of the book of life. And we want our Lord Yahweh Shah to confess our name before the Heavenly Father Yahweh and before the angels, you know, to speak well on our behalf, man, you know, because the scriptures talk about having a good name. In Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 1, a good name is better than precious ointment. Yeah, because we know precious ointment can heal you, man. Or precious ointment can make you smell good. You know, the scriptures talked about in our Lord Yahweh Shai's day, spikenard. You know, how it smelled very good. It was very it was a very strong scent, you know. So a good name is better than that. It says in a day of death than the day of one's birth. Yeah, because the day of death, at least you lived your whole life, you know, at least you got to live your whole life. But the day of one's birth, you know, you're still an infant. You didn't learn nothing yet. So you're just, you know, coming into the world. So you don't have no experience or nothing. You're not able to judge matters. But in the day of death, you know, you live your whole life, and you know you're able to, you know, judge things and stuff. You see, and we go to Titus 2 in verse 7. It says, "In all things showing thyself a pattern of good works." And the reason why I'm bringing out these precepts is because if you have good works in the Lord, if your name is written in the book of life, then that will mean that you had good works and serving Yahweh Shemon Shai and doing this in the ministry. Like you see. It says, "In all things showing thyself a pattern of good works and doctrine, showing uncorruptness," you know, right, you know, which is, you know, teaching the 100% truth, not teaching with gal, you know, not, you know, not be a, you know, not be a one of filthy lucre, you see. It says gravity, sincerity. Look that word gravity, you know. Gravity is from the Hebrew, Greek word semnotis, which means honor, purity. You know, it says a characteristic of a thing or a person which entitles to reverence and respect, dignity, majesty, sanctity, honor, purity. Right. You know, because honor goes into integrity, man. You know, so let's go back. It says uncorruptness, gravity. Another word for gravity is honor. You know, it says sincerity, sound speech, which sound means healthy, healthy speech, you know, healthy doctrine that cannot be condemned, you know, because if he speak the 100% truth, there's no flaws in the doctrine, then we can't be condemned. You know, even if people are condemning us, it's because they're bearing false witness upon us. You know, it says that he that is on of the contrary part may be ashamed. The contrary part will be our enemies, our adversaries, because they're gonna be the ones that's gonna be ashamed. You know, because you know they're coming up against the Lord's prophets, his elect. You know, and you know, they they're bearing false witness upon us, saying that we're speaking evil things. It says having no evil thing to say of you, right? You know, so yeah, that's all part of having a good name. You know, so if you are written in the book of life, then that means you have a good name in the eyes of Yahweh Shimon Shai. You see, and we have great things coming to us, man. Sirach 41:13, a good life have but a few days, but a good name endure forever, man. Right. So if your name is written in the book of life, then your name is gonna endure forever. Just like how we read about our righteous forefathers, you know, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Noah, you know, their names endure forever, man. You know, so Lord willing, we are part of the elect. Our names is going to be our own personal stories is going to be written in the book of life. So in the kingdom of heaven, you know, our children is going to read about us, man. You know, the great deeds how that we did in the Lord, you know, to please Him, you know, and you know how we were living in Babylon and in this wicked, sinful kingdom, man. You know, so Lord willing, that applies to us because our people that sold out, they have a good life right now, but it's only but for a few days, man. It's short lived. You know, they may have a good life right now for our people that sold out, the celebs of our people, the 50 Cents, the Jay Z's, but it's only but for a few days, man. You know, see the name that we're gonna get, Lord willing, you know, it's gonna endure forever. It's gonna be a everlasting, righteous reputation, man. You know, man, them are the men, the holy, the elect, the 144,000 holy apostles and prophets. They're gonna be constantly talked about in the kingdom, beginning on when our Lord Yahweh, you know, for all their works and sacrifice that they did uh, towards the Lord's name, man. Because they're gonna be the pioneers in the kingdom. Starting with Yahweh, they're gonna be, you know, well respected. You know, and that's what we want, man. You see, because the Yahweh and the elect, they're gonna bring back the whole nation. So, you know, definitely Yahweh and the elect, they're gonna be highly praised in the kingdom, man, because they're gonna be the ones that brought back the 2/3 that's gonna die on this side. They're gonna bring them back in the kingdom. You know, through the act of sex, man. You see, so this First Corinthians 2:9 says, "But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man, the things which Yahweh have prepared for them that love Him." Man, right? So, man, we don't, you know, the Lord's going, the Heavenly Father Yahweh is going to go all out for us, man. You know, we don't, because all we know is the curses. All we know is murder and not that we doing those things because we're not, but just making a point. That's all we know because you know we have been, we know more wickedness than righteousness, man, because we have been under curses more on earth than the blessings. You see, so that's all we know is the curses and captivity and slavery and you know these wicked thoughts. That's all we know. But in the kingdom, all those curses are going to be done away with, and all those blessings is going to be placed upon all of us Israelites, man. Beginning on with Yahweh Shai. So we got great things coming to us, man. I have not seen nor ear have heard, man. You know, so great things are coming to us, man. And I end off with one last precept, one of my favorite precepts, Luke 12:32. And it reads, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." So, yeah, so, you know, we're not supposed to fear because we are the Lord's, you know, little flock. We are our Lord's little ones. Lord, one, we part of the elect. So, it is a Heavenly Father's Yahweh's good pleasure to give us a kingdom, man. You know, and it all starts off by being written, having our good name and being written in the book of life, man. You know, so, you know, Lord willing, I was edified. And until next time, Shalom.